Guys, on today's video, we're going to be covering some commonly known problems associated with the Audi 4.0T platform. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. For anybody new, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. I've got an excellent library of automotive content. Your support is much appreciated. Guys, I'm going to make sure to leave a link right up here to our Project Audi S6 build series. We've got an excellent progression so far, making some massive gains on our 600 plus horsepower stage 3 Audi S6. So getting into our topic of today's discussion, guys, if you're thinking about picking up an Audi S6, S7, any 4.0T car, there are some commonly known issues, problems associated with this platform. So let's spend a little bit of time covering some of the most common problems associated with the 4.0T platform. So as many of you guys probably already know, the 4.0T platform does commonly suffer from catastrophic turbocharger failure as a result of clogged oil screens. This is definitely something that you need to be aware of if you decide to pick up one of these cars. You always want to make sure to budget for replacing turbos, addressing the oil screen problem on the 4.0T. This is something that I see all day, every day. I've talked about this on other videos, so I would say this is pretty well established at this point. So definitely something that's going to have to be taken care of. Totally up to the person if you should decide to eliminate the oil screen altogether, or like me, if you decide to go with the serviceable oil feed line relocation kit, that is totally up to the person. But nevertheless, you're going to buy a 4.0T car, you're going to have to take care of the oil screen, you're going to have to budget for replacing those turbos. Moving on here. The next common problem I see on the 4.0T platform is going to be motor mounts. We've got a Project S8 at the shop, just received new motor mounts. These cars are designed from factory to run cylinder deactivation, so the motor mounts are designed to help cancel out some of that vibration when these cars switch back and forth from 8-cylinder to 4-cylinder driving modes. This is something that's designed to help improve fuel economy during highway driving, so definitely a feature I prefer to disable completely with the use of aftermarket performance software. I would always suggest eliminating the cylinder on demand feature. I think most of you guys would agree from the standpoint of car enthusiasts, we're definitely not buying twin turbo V8s to maximize fuel economy. We want to go full V8, full send at all times and maximize the power. So again, cylinder deactivation, guys, this does contribute to premature wear and tear on motor mounts, another common issue. So again, if you're thinking about looking at getting a 4.0T car, this is probably also something that you want to budget for, as premature motor mount failure does happen quite often. Now, generally speaking, you're going to have to go with an OEM replacement. Again, that's going to be pretty expensive. You're going to have to source these from a reputable Audi dealership. Sometimes they can be a little bit hard to get a hold of. I have heard from some guys that they are on back order right now, so that can certainly be a challenge with back orders and shortages and delays and stuff like that going on right now. But always make sure, be prepared. If you're going to get one of these cars, there's a good chance you're going to have to replace motor mounts. And no, unfortunately, there are no companies at this point in time that offer aftermarket motor mount upgrades. You're pretty much going to have to go with OEM, which of course will have a decent price tag. All right, guys, moving on here. PCV oil separator. This is a big one. You guys saw I had posted on my Stage 3 S6 build. We had covered this. Very common issue in the 4-liter community. The telltale sign is you're going to get that horrific whining, screeching noise, which sounds like this. Yes, that's definitely a very unpleasant sound. I would strongly encourage you guys, if you're driving around, you start to hear this noise, don't put this off. This is something that needs to be taken care of. Definitely, before you spend any money out of pocket, I have heard from some customers they've been able to get this repaired under an Audi extended warranty. So definitely check with your dealership first to see if this can be repaired under warranty, as of course this is a pretty costly, labor-intensive repair. Either way, at the end of the day, it's really not the end of the world. Most people, like myself, and most of you guys probably watching this, you're thinking about making the most out of these cars, probably looking at doing turbos, heat exchangers, various bolt-ons, upgrades to maximize your power. So that being said, if you're going to do the turbos, you're going to do the oil feed lines, you're going to do a heat exchanger, you're going to do a full build. So while you're in there, go ahead and replace your PCV oil separator. It's around $250, $300. So at that point, labor is not going to be too bad since you're going to do a full stage 3 build anyway. So if you're going to get one of these cars, you're going to have to take care of the PCV. It's just part of the game. Alrighty, guys, next. Moving on here to air suspension. As you guys would probably expect, if you buy a higher mileage German car that's got air ride, there is a chance you could run into some problems. I have heard some guys running aftermarket air shocks as a decent replacement that's a little bit more cost effective. That, of course, totally up to the person, but when in doubt, I would say spend a little bit more and stick with OEM Audi. So as expected, guys, over time, air shocks can start to leak. I would strongly recommend, of course, if you're going to buy one of these cars, you need to do a pre-purchase inspection to do a solid walkthrough and look at exactly what all is going on with each individual car if you're thinking about buying one. Now, another thing to keep in mind with air shocks, usually if one goes bad, you typically have to replace them in pairs. This is definitely something that can add up pretty quickly as opposed to replacing just one shock. You're going to have to replace them in a pair. So that being said, guys, the 4.0T platform is a great car. It can make some serious power. It's a very comfortable, luxurious, aggressive daily driver. I've been very satisfied with the Project S6, which again, link right up here if you want to check that out. It's always a good idea to think about building a strong relationship with a performance shop that really knows these cars. So if you're thinking about buying one, if you're going to build one, you can build that relationship so you guys can walk through this stuff together so you can help sort out any known problems. Now guys, please keep in mind, this short list are just some of the commonly known issues associated with the 4.0T platform. All cars are pieces of machinery. You never know what could go wrong with a car at any given time, but I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the most commonly known issues that are going to pop up on the 4-liter platform. Well, thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. I appreciate all the support. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the video with a thumbs up. It does help improve the visibility of the channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll be sure to see you all in the next one. Have a great day.